Well, welcome back everybody. Here we are going to do a 30-day update on this tank that I built. Today's marks exactly 30 days. It's gone through a lot of changes. If you saw the build video, you would know that this much dwarf baby tears would not be possible by now. Had to do a little YouTube video editing magic, which I'll explain all that at the end of this. And I noticed about 90% of all 60 of my viewers aren't subscribed, and I've never said this in any video, so if you could like and subscribe, that would help me out. More people see this. I'm going to be putting out better quality content. I'm sure you can tell by my voice I got a better microphone already. But let me show you how this went day 7 and day 14. Everything's looking good. I did a 50% water change on day 2, and since then the levels have been looking pretty good thanks to the Fritzymes. David doesn't like the flow in here. It's a little too strong of a current. I'll probably end up throwing a lily pipe or a spin pipe on there to help with that. But let's see how it's doing on day 7. Just 7 days later, and all the dwarf baby tears that came from that UNS cup are dying. I had a little bit of hope because the roots seem kind of healthy, but those plants are a lot more sensitive than say your cryptocoryns or your sword plants or stem plants even. The lutea back here, cryptocorin lutea, completely melted, and again, those do continue to grow. With healthy roots, they'll start sprouting up new leaves. Amazon sword, completely melted because it's not used to the fertilizer with all the nutrients and the CO2 and the high lighting. I'm not going to be showing this for every single week, but I don't know, I like to watch people take their filter and everything out of their tank. Now I'm going in to trim this Amazon sword. What you want to do is try to get as low as possible to the base of the plant to get the stem completely off, and that will start to grow new leaves. The cutting will actually form into new growth, and that will also help the plant to start pushing more leaves out for some more healthy growth. I'm just going to speed all this up. You guys don't need to, see 20 minutes of me trimming plants. Got the Amazon sword almost gone. Try to clean up some of the mess and the debris. Then I'm going to go in and all the melted cryptocorin, just try to cut that out. Look at that snail. He's trying to eat it as I'm getting it. Trying to get all that stuff just cut out of there as low as I can. Don't let this biofilm or fungus on your new wood scare you. It's completely normal. Grab an old toothbrush, scrape it off of there. They say that shrimp and snails and stuff will eat it, which they do, just not nearly quick enough. So I got that Amazon sword trimmed. Look at David. He's like, what are you doing in my tank? Got my CO2 back on, got the whole tank set back up, let it get going for another week. Got everything trimmed out of there. Don't worry about those 2 drop checkers. It's kind of silly little thing I was playing with, just testing something out. Day 14, week 2. All this green algae on the glass, pretty normal. I would never let my tanks get like this. Whole purpose was for the video. As soon as I start seeing this pop up or even getting near this bad, I would scrape it out of there. But I do find it interesting. So my last water change, that's where I drained it down to. I have not touched the glass at all, even during that water change. And then all I did was water change, clean up. You guys saw I trimmed some plants. I find it very interesting the way the algae is only growing below where I changed the water. In case you're wondering from the build video, there was a reason why I didn't plant the stem plants heavily in the back. Because look how they grow. They grow like weeds. So I'm going to be cutting those probably less than half, replanting. I'm also going to steal some Sterigine repens from the other tank, my 20-gallon long, to plant along here. I'm going to pop some back here just to make it bushier and round it off. Might put some down here as well. You guys don't really need to see everything I do on this section, so I'm going to get this thing cleaned, drained. I will show you me doing the plants. Let me get to work on this. And I do want to mention, as you can tell, I lost pretty much all the dwarf baby tears I had down here. Or not all of it. Everything that came in that UNS in vitro cup, none of that made it. Which, in the build video, in the beginning of this, I kind of mentioned I figured it wouldn't because of how poor shape it was in. These dwarf baby tears, these nice dark green ones, oh, one down here, it'll look better once the glass is clean. Those are from a pot, and I've had those for a few months in that nano tank with no CO2. So I could kind of divide these up and replant them, but what I'm going to do is by the end of this, by the 30-day update, I'm going to buy more and I'm going to plant a lot more dwarf baby tears. But I'm not going to get the UNS in vitro cup again. I will be buying it from in a pot. That's the end of week 2, day 14. I did about a 40% water change, refilled it, reconditioned, cleaned the filter and the media. I trimmed the root plants, the root stems in the back. I trimmed the stem plants in the back, that's what I'm trying to say, and replanted a couple to make it a little bit more dense. So I got some stairs and repens here. I'll grow a nice bush right here and in the back over there. So that's it for week 2. Cut some stems and replanted so it gets more dense, cleaned the filter, and added some S repens. Hopefully this week I will be getting more dwarf baby tears. I'm gonna plant it a lot more densely in here, and hopefully that'll take hold and not die on me like this tissue cup did. That's it for week 2. Let's check how it is on week 3. So the biggest change I'm sure you've noticed is the dwarf baby tears. Now unfortunately, that UNS cup did not make it. All of the dwarf baby tears from that cup died. So the original stuff that I had potted in the old tank, the darker green stuff right there, and this darker green stuff over here, that stuff is taking hold nicely. Some of it actually is hard to tell now because there's so much around it. Laid down, as the stems and dwarf baby tears grow, they'll kind of grow up, or maybe like a little bit sideways, a little horizontal. They'll shoot out roots, plant themselves, and that's how it spreads and carpets. So what I did, I actually just planted all this a week ago, which I didn't get any footage of. I didn't show it, did it late at night, kind of in a rush. But I bought these dwarf baby tears from Daku Aquatics in Florida. It arrived to me like within 2 or 3 days. It arrived very healthy. Drained the tank about 50%, got that all planted in there, refilled it. I did have an issue and I lost a couple shrimp, which I reached out to Daku. He was awesome, communicated very well, great customer service. And we pretty much both think it was just stress from changing their environment so much. This is how it's sitting. I added all this dwarf baby tears, which it's growing nice. It came real healthy, as you can see. It's a lot lighter color right now, but hey David, look at him, he's always mean mugging. As it starts to take in the nutrients and get used to the CO2 and the light, it'll get darker and start growing lower. I also added a lot more cryptocorin parva, which right now is going through that melting stage, which is normal for cryptocorin. It'll melt back, but the roots are all very healthy. I also got those from Daku. Got planted so that'll be more dense, so that'll kind of have a more carpety grass look quicker than the small amount that I originally had. I also added this Anubias Nana Petite. Sorry, I was looking at one of these crazy snails. So I added that Anubias Nana Petite right there. I moved this original Anubias that was up here in the top. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's back there. I moved it down to the front. You can see that the S repens is growing in nicely already. You got some more crypt melt down there, which this is all normal. But so far it's looking good. Look compared to when I trimmed that Amazon sword to how big it is now. And again, I don't like how that looks. I could have a nice island style going on right here with like a nice triangle composition if I trim these stems. But I already had the Amazon sword. And when it does grow, I care about the inhabitants also. And David, the betta fish, he likes to hang out under the leaves like he is right now. So this is what it looks like. Now the issue, because you guys, this isn't always pretty. Aquascaping, YouTube, and we show you all the glamour shots. Not we, the big guys, they show you all the glamour shots. Now look at all this brown algae, all the diatoms on the rocks, all the green algae growing on the wood. If my ram's horn snail was somewhere close, I'll show you. He has green algae on his shell even, and the shrimp feed it off him. It's hilarious. That AR Mini growing nicely. It's also looking a little brown, but the undersides of the leaves are a beautiful red. But even on the tube of my CO2 diffuser, the diatoms everywhere. Diatoms on top of the rocks, diatoms on the leaves of the Bucephalandras. And this is all pretty normal. Let me show you what I mean. So this tank's been set up for about 3 or 4 months, and this went through that same phase around that 3, 4, 5 week mark. The brown algae, the diatoms, that's all normal. Everything's establishing and balancing out. If you saw that video I posted a week ago, getting rid of the brown algae, which that was just 1 week ago from right now when I'm recording this, and there is none. There's no algae left in here. This Glossostigma is that stuff's like a weed. But yeah, so you can see, eventually, so just a couple more weeks, this tank will be balanced out like that also. I'm still adjusting my fertilizer. I showed in the build video. I'm doing the APT3. Oh, where's the 2-hour Aquarist APT3? Do a couple pumps like every other day, which was according to the calculator on their website, which I showed in the build video. This is where we're at, 30 days later. Stems are looking amazing. This carpet's gonna take off and take a hold. And I can't wait. So excited. So that's it for this 30-day update. I'm really excited to see how it comes along, see all the growth, and just watch it keep filling in. In case I didn't mention the specs of this whole build, it is a 15-gallon Aqua Japan tank that I got extremely cheap on OfferUp. I actually bought 2 of them, which I'm going to be doing something with the second one really soon here. I have a video of how disgusting these were and calcified and how I cleaned it. I'll put a little link to it up here. It's a Twin Star EA version 4 Lite, which I have set on 90% right now, pretty bright because this tank is deeper, and I feel like it's just helping out the dwarf baby tears. I have the Owasi Filter Smart Thermo 100 is the filter, which I mentioned in the beginning of this that I was going to get a spin pipe or something, but I've just been kind of playing with the flow because the Owasi has the adjustable flow on here. And beta fish David seems to be taking a hold to it. He's swimming around a lot better. But for aesthetics, I think I will upgrade to a spin pipe. And I'll probably go inline CO2 diffuser like I did on my 20-gallon long, which I also have a video of that. So maybe I'll put an update, maybe another 30 days. I won't do a whole video like this, probably just a short just to see how it's going. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so other people can see this progress. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.